As leaders, we of course are never perfect, and I think about mistakes that I've made along the way. Probably the biggest mistake that I think I made was having too high expectations. It started with too high of expectations of myself. I expected perfectionism of myself, and the downside of that, while it served me well in some ways, it advanced my career because I did good work. But it also made it very difficult for the people in my life to work with me because those expectations were transferred to my staff. I was brokenhearted when I came to realize that I had demanded so much of them, that it caused stress for them, it had impacted their work-life balance. And it was a transition, it was transformational for me as a leader to identify that and first allow myself some room that I didn't have to be perfect. And then most importantly, to allow my staff to be exactly who they were, to bring their talents and gifts. After all, I had selected them, I knew they had them, and not to expect so much of them, but allow them to flourish and grow. And it really changed my leadership when I had this understanding about myself. So what really changed me with this issue of having these high expectations is to understand that I'd not ever fully understood the concept of grace in my life. I had never given my own self grace. You know, grace is unmerited favor. When I really came to understand this concept of grace and felt the freedom that I found in it, that it's okay to make a mistake every once in a while, that you don't have to be perfect, then I couldn't wait for everybody else to experience it too. And it really became my mantra. It became the thing that I wanted, that no one would miss grace. And so, you know, it changed me as a leader. And instead of getting concerned about mistakes, you know, we don't want to make them, but if we do, let's just ensure we don't make the same one twice. And so my expectations didn't lower that much. I mean, I wanted things to still be excellent. I still wanted us to do great work, but at the same time realizing that perfection was really not possible for anyone and allowing people the freedom to show up, to be themselves. When I lifted that cloak of expectation off of my employees, they showed up big time. It freed them up to be exactly who they were, to bring the best of their talents, and they didn't have that fear of failing to meet expectations.